Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, back and doing a best of one Kamigawa Neon Dynasty draft. All right, rare Eater of Virtue. This will be the second time I've gotten to play this. I played against it as well. It's a strong equipment. 1 mana to play, 1 mana to equip, +2/+0. It's funny to think that effect was common with like Bone Splitter, I think was what it was called, when equipment first dropped. Pretty interesting with like Mirrodin. I guess they didn't have the other upside, but still, yeah, come a long way. Definitely feels like a good first pick. It's a strong card. You get abilities on top of it. And it's just cheap and colorless. So other picks in here. Mashiko's Reign of Truth is played well from what I've seen. It does a good job. Seismic Wave would probably be the other pick I would consider after Eater of Virtue, but I feel fine taking that there. So, all right. Follow-up pick. What do we want here? Well, we have some choices. Could take the Leech Gauntlet. It's a 2-drop. It's a 2/2. It's got lifelink. You can attach it to things. It's pretty good. Can give lifelink. It's an expensive reconfigure cost, but good card. Lifelink is important in this format against the aggro decks. It's nice to be able to trade early or attack early if you need to, or attach mid to late and really make combat situations challenging for aggro players. Imperial Recovery Unit. It's kind of an interesting card. I haven't really seen it go off yet, but it is a cool card. Crew 2 is not too terribly difficult to get as well. I like the Exemplar for the Samurai decks. Clawing Torment I really haven't done much with, but I'm pretty interested in it. I want to make some aggro decks and try it out. Tales of Master Shiro is playable. There's some playables in there, but I feel good enough about the Leech Gauntlet. All right. What is the pick here? Well, I like Spinning Wheel Kick. I think this is a strong card. In black, we just have Inkride's Infiltrator and Kaito's Pursuit. Mothrider Patrol is a cool card. Also, Fly is pretty good for Eater of Virtue value. And it can tap things. It's cool. I like Spinning Wheel Kick. I think it's a good card. Careful Cultivation gives you a little ramp. Reality Heist. Still haven't really played it much, but interesting card. It's interesting to see how low LSV rated this card, but I mean, I've personally won multiple games with Spinning Wheel Kick, and I've gotten absolutely destroyed by this card multiple times. This card is a complete and utter board flipping powerhouse card, in my opinion. All right. So in black now, there's Debt to the Kami and Reckoner's Bargain. I'm not really interested in that. In green, we just have Bearer of Memory. It's not that exciting. Could take the Prosperous Thief and Ninjutsu's in and gives you treasure tokens. Artifacts do matter in this format, so it's good. Covert Technician's a weird card. It does have a cheap ninjutsu cost, which is cool, but so does Prosperous Thief. And I would say making treasures is going to be more relevant than occasionally sneaking in a artifact. Although I do like a 2/4 body for 2 much more than a 3/2, but still, this effect is good. And it's whenever ninjas or rogues deal damage. So that's pretty good. Soakin' Sand Smelter's a weird card. I mean, it's a 2-mana 2/2 at worst. And then Repel the Vile is definitely playable removal, but I'll take Prosperous Thief. We're kind of all over the board right now, but that's all right. Colossal Sky Turtle is a fantastic card. I love this card. So much utility. Huge utility. You get Regrowth, you get Bounce, and you get Win Con. And we already have a Prosperous Thief and a Spinning Wheel Kick, so I'm fine taking it here. The Hacker is good. Another chance to get the Cultivation. But I definitely feel like we're getting the best card with the Sky Turtle, and I really haven't gotten a chance to play it much, so we'll take it. Great card. All right, Fade into Antiquity is certainly some playable removal. So is Tamio's Completion. I would say 3 mana is quite a bit cheaper than 4, though. That's usually how it goes. I guess Fade technically deals with less things, but Completion is more expensive, like I said. So I can take the Fade. I'm okay with it. Boon, I've played. I think it's okay. I feel fine with taking the Fade here, though. Definitely a main deckable card. All right, choices here. Well, we've got the Essence Capture, Trespassers, Mobilizer Mech. I found Trainee to be good. Great blocker for 2 mana. Can keep things back. And can attack pretty well too. So I don't really have any issues with this. You don't get artifact or enchantment value, but I think it's pretty good. Haven't really played the Essence Capture. Doesn't seem bad to me. Modify something. But I'll take the Trainee just in case we're light on cheap things. I actually really like this Harmonious Emergence. Yes, it kind of makes a land vulnerable, but I like this card a lot. 4 mana, 4/5 Vigilance Haste is great. I mean, you play it on turn 4, you get a tapped 4/5 Vigilance for your next turn. I'd feel pretty awesome about that. Or you play it on turn 5 and you can immediately attack with it. And 4/5 Vigilance is a pretty hard body to deal with if they don't have removal. So I'll take it. It's a good card. Another Trainee, I feel okay about it. Tempered in Solitude is an interesting card. I've played against it. I don't really like the Short Circuit. I haven't really played with or against it. Maybe it's an okay combat trick in the right against the right deck, but I'll definitely take another Trainee and be okay with it. So we can take the Familiar here. There is Clawing Torment if I wanted to maybe stick with... Because, I mean... We're green, but we don't know what our second color is. But having a Thief and a Sky Turtle, I feel okay about taking the Familiar. So we'll do that. Trainee doesn't even seem like that bad of a thing to attack and then cheat out a Thief with. Unfortunately, Ninjas and Rogues, so not Samurai. It doesn't quite work the way you want it to. I guess Spell Pierce, it really... I mean, there's nothing here. Simian Sling, I guess, the best card? Yeah, that's true. We could take the best card here in Sling. I mean, I'm not going to play Spell Pierce, so it doesn't really matter. None of these cards matter. I guess Debt to the Kami. This card's a lot worse if you have any sort of enchantment-based removal, which we currently don't, so I guess that's all right. Short Circuit, though, I don't really... None of these cards are particularly exciting. Put counters on things. Well, I can remove a counter, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it comes up very often. All right. Pack 2. So, Mindlink Mech, 3 mana, 4/3. When it comes crewed for the first time, you can make... comes a copy. Well, it only crews for 1 and it's got flying. I mean, that is good. Crew for 1 is pretty good. Otherwise, we could take the Cultivation for ramp, which is good too, but this seems like a strong card to me. Copies of target non-legendary creatures. So, yeah, with Thief, you can make treasures. You can get Vigilance and Haste, I guess, but you have to attack, so... No, it's when it's crewed, too, so you can get that. That's cool. You can get Haste off of it, or Vigilance, rather. More importantly. Great with Sky Turtle. Get some Ward, maybe. All right. You can get it with Familiar as well. Zeus's Many Journeys. I mean, playable card. 2-drop. It ends up being a 3/3 with a weird upside. Mnemonic Sphere for card draw. Guidebot is a cool card. I do like this card. It's quite a bit more expensive, though. But you get to draw cards off of it, and it gets cheaper when you have modified creatures. We don't have a lot of modification going on right now. I like this Season of Renewal as well. I'd probably take the Journeys just because it's 2 mana. It gains you life. It occasionally ramps you if you play it on turn 2. Not that the ramp is amazing, but the 3/3 is not bad, obviously. I think we'll take it over the Guidebot. Guidebot is pretty cool, too. I doubt we're going to play the Puppet. I mean, we have some pretty good incentive to play blue now, I would say. So another trainee. Modern Age is good. Another 2-drop. It lets you loot twice. It's hard to go wrong with the 2-drop sagas. They're pretty good. They are pretty good. We can take it. A couple loots, you get a flyer. Nothing to scoff at. And Operative's an interesting card. I think I played against it once, but it's a cool card. I like it. But I'm going to opt for cheaper with a bunch of utility, which I think really makes these sagas, like I said, pretty awesome. I'll take a Greater Tanuki. I like this card a lot. Great finisher that in a pinch can ramp you. And you can get it back with some value stuff like the Season of Renewal or whatever. So I don't think... Do we have any auras yet? I don't think so. No auras. Oh, we do. Emergence. That's actually not a terrible find for Steward, to be honest. But I'll take the Greater Tanuki. All right. Cultivation. It just seems like a good opportunity to take it. It's a ramp thing. Lets you ramp. And we have quite a bit to ramp into at this point. I mean, turn 2 Cultivation, turn 3 Emergence. Honestly, turn 3, 4, 5 is pretty beefy. Merge Keeper seems good to me. I like the Archer too. Good protection, but we have 2 trainees, so I would say the trainees are pretty comparable to Grove Archer in terms of blocking. Obviously, the reach is nice, and blowing up Mythic Dragons is also nice. I like the Archer. Don't get me wrong, but I'm going to take the rampiness here. So we can take the completion, get some more removal. We are removal light. Very removal light, as a matter of fact. We have a Fade into Antiquity and a Spinning Wheel Kick and a Sky Turtle, which can bounce, and that's all. So take the completion. Gotta respect the completion. All right. Mobilizer Mech. Probably won't need it, but take a look at it. Shrine Steward. All right, I'll take it here. We've got multiple auras now. We've got the Emergence. We've got the Careful Cultivation. So, sure. I've played it. I like this Steward. Season of Renewal. Good chance to take it, or we could take the Decoy. It's also Dismal Backwater for random splash capability. But I kind of like Season Renewal in here. Can get back Sky Turtle, Tanuki, Emergence. A lot of things to get back. And we have Ramp in here, so... Value cards like Season of Renewal, I think, are kind of important. Mnemonic Sphere versus Trainee number 3. I'll take another Trainee. I really don't mind having a ton of 2-drop creatures that block and attack reasonably well. I think more card advantage probably wouldn't hurt with the Mnemonic Sphere either, to be perfectly honest, but I just don't want to get beat up by aggro either. All right, we got another Emergence. Actually, I might take the Prototype here. We don't have a ton. Well, I was going to say we don't have a ton of artifacts. We actually have a decent amount of cheap artifacts. I'm just going to take the Prototype because not only is it ramp, but it's kind of a removal spell. I really like the utility of the Prototype. I think it's good. Greasefang. Kind of a gross name, but good name for a rat. Otherwise, Puzzle Maker. Another chance to take the Operative. Nothing particularly... exciting here. Decoy doesn't excite me either. It is a 2-drop. And it's an artifact. And it has, I guess, random ninjutsu upside, but I might try out the Operative. I guess we only have 2 4-drops, so I might try it out. I mean, it can win games. You have excess mana to get in for 3 damage and have a 3/4 blocker. I like it. Let's give it a try here. So Awaken Awareness can double as removal. I might take Mnemonic Sphere now. I mean, it's an interesting card. Can modify, can technically turn something into a 1/1, but they don't lose other abilities. How many artifacts and enchantments do I have? 7 artifacts, 7 enchantments? Never mind. We're taking Reliquary. This card's awesome in this deck. A land that... Yeah, a land that can draw you 2 cards. It's pretty excellent. Doesn't take a slot in the deck. We already have to make cuts anyway, so sure. Probably get the Mnemonic Sphere back anyway. Roaring Earth, rather. Great card. Greater Tanuki in here, too, but I love Roaring Earth. 2 excellent abilities. Play it early, your guys get huge. Play it late, you make a huge creature. Both are great. Modern Age Tanuki in here. Those are both great, too, but I'll take the Roaring Earth. This card, unfortunately, you need a bunch of artifact creatures and vehicles to make your Mech Titan. I don't think we have enough artifacts and vehicles. Disruptor, not exactly what we want to do. Could take the Fang of Shigeki. It's okay. I mean, it's got Death Touch, but could take that. We don't have a lot of evasion, so I wouldn't mind taking the Koi, because we do have a good artifact count, too. And it can make your card quality better. We probably are getting there on early stuff, I think. I'll take it. I kind of like this guy's from Koi, honestly. Could take another Emergence. I suppose so. We don't really need the Searchlight Companion. It is okay with the prototype, but honestly, I don't know if they're both going to make the deck anyway, but we'll take a look. Kunai is some cheap removal. We could take the Modern Age. I think, you know, another removal spell really couldn't hurt. Because we're kind of there already on creatures. We have the Modern Age, the Azusa, so that puts us at like 14. I guess this isn't a, maybe count as like half a creature. I'm not sure. I'll take the Kunai, though. It's a good card. Kill spell, 1-drop. Guess technically you have to invest 3 to kill something, but whatever. Another Operative, or we could take another Roadside Reliquary. This might, I don't know about playing 2 of them, but we already have a safekeeping. We already have a full deck. I'll take a look. It might get there. I don't think we're discarding. I forgot. Where does this shine? Oh yeah, channel. I mean, we do have some channel, but our channel is kind of expensive. Like, it would take like 9 mana to channel plus play this. That would be pretty difficult. I guess Mnemonic Sphere, just because card advantage and we have a decent amount of ramp. I've been kind of saying the same thing the whole draft, I guess, but whatever. All right, we can take the Awareness now. We already have a Mnemonic Sphere. It's something to look at in case we need some more removal. Malfunction's good. Don't need any of this. Well, close to a deck here. Emergence is actually kind of cool with Eater of Virtue. Well, do you have to exile your land, though? I don't know if I want to exile my land, even if it puts Vigilance and Haste on. Although, Eater of Virtue, equipping for 1 and having Vigilance and Haste would be pretty insane. But I don't know if that works exactly the way I want. If Enchanted Land would be destroyed, instead sacrifice it and that land gains indestructible. But this exiles, so I think you would lose your land, but you would get Vigilance and Haste. Well, I guess it depends on the circumstances. If it's late in the game, I'd probably rather have Vigilance and Haste for 1 mana equip. If it's early, I probably want my land, but we'll figure what we're gonna do here. We got some choices to make. So, double Roadside Reliquary, 10 artifact, 10 enchantment. I mean, honestly, this is a big card draw effect in our deck. It does hurt the mana base, but I don't know. I mean, we got to look at some cuts here, definitely. So, this is like a 2-drop. So Steward has some targets, but 2 Emergence probably not happening. I'm trying to think how much card advantage we need in here. Final removal count is... I don't know if we need the safekeeping either. Like, protection is good, but I probably don't need it. Probably don't need 3 trainees. We're doing a lot early, so at least cut one of those. I don't want to cut too many creatures, though, because right now we're at, with everything, 13, 14, 15 sort of. I count that as a creature. 16, 17. So these count as creatures too. So really like 17 creatures. All right, so we can cut more. Probably the decoy. I think I like trainee more than... I'd rather have a 3/3 blocker than a 2/1 that occasionally can draw you a card if you have 2 mana up. I think this just blocks better. I might cut another one just because... Or I could cut an Emergence. Or I could cut a Shrine Steward. I mean, Emergence is way better body that's cheaper. You probably don't need 2 Stewards. So I probably shouldn't cut any more creatures. Oh, I guess Roaring Earth counts as a creature too, huh? So, all right. I guess we can technically cut one more creature. Do I want the operative? I feel like because it's unblockable, having an unblockable thing is just a nice effect to have. There's going to be board states where you're all gunked up on both sides, and being able to get in and untap, deal 3 damage a turn for 3 mana, and have a 3/4 blocker is quite good. Especially with Eater Virtue. In for 5. It's nice. So maybe cut an Emergence, because then we still have 2 things at least to find with Shrine Steward. Although at that point, I wonder if I just cut the Steward, if I'm going to find an Emergence anyway. Like, why don't I just cut that, play 2 Emergence. So now I should cut non-creature cards, I think. Because I'm at 9, it says, but really we're at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 is a little light, but not terrible. And we have card draw, so that's okay. I might cut the Awaken Awareness. I'm not feeling it. I think I played it once, and it was kind of whatever. I could cut Mnemonic Sphere. We'd probably either cut Mnemonic Sphere or Season of Renewal. I suppose Mnemonic Sphere, to me, Season of Renewal actually requires you to have things in your graveyard to get value from it, whereas Mnemonic Sphere is just a thing you can play early, invest in early if you don't have a 2-drop, and cash it out at some point. Occasionally can channel it. So we'll probably cut that. And final cut. I don't really want to go to 13 creatures, especially since a couple of our creatures are... I might have forgotten to count. I might be at 15, but I don't want our creature count to be too low either. We have like multiple equipment, even though Kunai is more of a removal spell. You still need a creature. And Spinning Wheel Kick, I mean, we have spells that are reliant on us having creatures. So I could cut the Mnemonic Sphere. We have, and my thoughts are we have double Reliquary. We still have a 6 artifact, 9 enchantment count. So pretty good chance we draw cards off of this. Our mana base is affected by running 2 Roadside Reliquaries, but we don't have double blue. We do have double green, but we have 8 green. We have some ramp. I'm kind of okay with it. We'll see how badly our mana base is affected by running Reliquary, because I do think this card is good, especially in a deck that has a good mix like we do. You know, even cashing this out for a card when you're already kind of flooded, not bad. Okay, well, I guess this is it. We'll run it like this. We'll see you in round 1. All right, great hand here. This is where Reliquary looks good too. We already have the artifact and the enchantment. And turn 2 Journey, we're actually going to get our 3rd land on possible 4th land. Be able to play 4th land on turn 3 potentially, which is nice. I feel okay about playing the Kunai on turn 1. There's certainly things that can remove it, but all right, cool. Well, taking advantage of Zeus's mini journeys is nice. So guess we can hang out. So I can use the cultivation, or I can draw 2 cards. So they don't get to draw a card off of that. That's good. I think we'll get the ramp because we have the Sky Turtle. So we're up to 5 mana, 6 mana now. We can completion the Kami and get in. I mean, we're a mana away from Sky Turtle now. See, if I attack with Trainee 2, I can equip, but then I can't use the Kunai, so I think we'll just attack here. And I can kill a Scrounger. I don't mind trading a Kunai for the Scrounger. I think it's a fine trade. We lost our artifact by doing that, so now I can't cash out Reliquary. But I need that land for Sky Turtle right now anyway, so I don't know how big of a deal it is. I can cash it out later. Oh, that's an interesting one. Okay. So they didn't get like crazy good value. They got a 2-for-1 off of that, but not the worst. And we're still, I guess, a mana away from Sky Turtle, so that's good. Otherwise, I can channel, I guess. Sure. Bouncing the Kami, I guess that makes sense. Oh, they want to bounce that one. Well, that's unexpected. So they do have counter mana up, but I'm gonna just go for it. If they attack, I block because I don't want to deal with ninjas. Oh, that's pretty slick. Do I want to use it now? I mean, I don't have to. They can attack back though. So it's not like it would hurt to kill their 2 guys and turn off their ninjas. I'm certainly winning the race right now though, so maybe I should just be cool with replaying the journey and chill. But I guess the problem is if they find removal for turtle, I don't have removal for their guys. Whereas if I pay 6 mana now, I can just deal with their 2 guys. I guess I'm all right with that. It's kind of a good opportunity to do it. It also potentially saves us some damage, so I guess we'll do it. There's not much they can do against it right now either because we've got the... we've got the ward, so there's not even instant speed, something they could have done that turn. That's okay. I mean, they kill it, but we don't really need it anymore. So this is... it only can make it of tapped creatures. Okay, well, let's see. Guess we can play this. Guess we can cash this out for a card now if we, because let's see how it hurts since we have another one in hand. I don't think we have loot effects in here, right? We don't have any loots, so we can play it. The problem now is actually if they play the one where you have to sack a creature or discard a card, we're going to be forced to sack our Sky Turtle. So I could have played around that Saga. That might have been a... that actually... well, no, I can cash out my Reliquary, so actually it's okay. Even if they play the sack thing, I can just use Reliquary in response and draw a card. So that works out okay. It's a good top deck. Well, this is cool. So I'll play this. We'll cash this out, draw our cards. Oh, it's got flying too. And haste. And they can sack their Kami of Terrible Secrets too. It's pretty good value. Well, we still have 2 Harmonious Emergence here, which at this point is straight up lethal, so that's pretty strong. Well, doing some pretty prototypical Alex Stephenson draws here. Jeez, my opponent cannot miss. We're actually going to lose our familiar here to that Life of Toshiro, so I guess I had to wait a turn. Whoops. My mistake. I don't even think I get word on it, do I? No. Maybe it'd be a blessing in disguise if they have nothing and I can play a Harmonious Emergence. It's a pretty disappointing game. A lot of opportunities to win, and I just Alex Stephenson my way into a loss there. Yeah, like so little, so late. Very, very disappointing. Yeah, real disappointing. All right. See you for the next one. All right, this is a good hand. We can go trainee into Roaring Earth. And then play the land and get the bonus. You don't see the core all that often. I mean, technically, we could get the Prosperous Thief, too. Huh. That's true. Then I get a treasure. Yeah, that's actually pretty slick. They could have Lethal Exploit, but I think we'll do this. So then we'll... Oh, I can't do the Roaring Earth now. Whoops. I kind of feel like that was still better, but it's debatable. Well, I can do the Roaring Earth now, too. But it makes more sense to do the Trainee and then Roaring Earth next turn. Well, we only have the 1 green mana, so maybe it actually makes more sense to do the Armguard Familiar. Okay, I guess that does make the most sense. We didn't have to cash out the treasure, but I'm kind of okay with this. So now we can go Roaring Earth. We have double Reliquary with the... Currently have the Artifact and Enchantment. We'll see if they want to trade. I'm okay if they do. Either way works for me. Wait, what? Alright. Added to the ever-growing list, guys. Would have been a pretty sweet bluff. Too bad I didn't have anything. Oh, you don't see Guardians of Aboro much. Snare Prototype, huh? So they're really working to try and make this a 10-10 flying vigilant thinger. But completion actually deals with it pretty nicely. So... Sure. Well, at least we have a easy discard option there. Well, you can do the completion on that, so it's probably okay. There's still 4 other artifacts, creatures, and our vehicles, so they don't have that much they can do for it right now, which is good. Ooh, Sky Turtle. Well, can't quite play it yet. They can't crew this. It's actually a little tricky. Well, we can kill him next turn with the operative, I think. Because I can tap. Well, I still need another land, though, don't I? Well, let's see. 4, 7. I can get him for 8. And then I can definitely kill them next turn. We'll just keep the operative back because I think technically I have lethal here, so. Looks like I'm gonna win by the skin of my teeth here. All right. Good to know on that, though. It actually died a Clawing Torment if I were to attack and not put that counter there. All right, we'll see you for the next one. All right, this hand seems okay to me. All right. Good draw there. Sure. It's a good draw too. So personally, I think the best play is, especially since they're tapped out, we're going to miss out on a Roaring Earth trigger and playing the Merge Keeper. Although, yeah, I need to do that because it's 2 more mana to do. So this is fine. This is the most damage prevention. We're going to do the most damage prevention, basically, is what I'm trying to say. We're going to play land. We're going to equip the kunai. We're going to keep the trainee back and pass. Because I need the mana in order to use the kunai. We can block it as a 3/3. If they have removal, we'll kill the ogre. Next turn we got some options. I guess we can do the Roaring Earth plus the Merge Keeper. That's pretty good, actually. Depending on if they kill trainee or not. We're not going to be able to put the... We're not going to be able to modify the Merge Keeper, but that's all right. I mean, if they use removal, we just kill the ogre, so it's fine. All right. We can just do the emergence. The other option is Merge Keeper plus Roaring Earth. But we don't get the surprise factor of the emergence. And we don't get the ramp of the Merge Keeper. But we still make good use of mana. Emergence is not exactly easy to kill here either. Neither one keeps the attack back, so it's really like a bit of a tough choice, actually. Maybe having the extra mana is better for that reason. And then I can actually get a surprise attack with the emergence. I miss out on Roaring Earth trigger here, unfortunately. But I think we're going to go for that play. Just because I can do the emergence as a value thing next turn, I feel like. So can make this a 5/6 vigilance haste if I use the Merge Keeper, which I might. Bait into Antiquity too, huh? Well, that's cool. Let's do so I think we fade. And I guess I'll cultivation. I have to tap here, but I got a better blocker. And I guess I don't really need the 1/1. Gets haste too, huh? It's pretty strong. 4 Xaxes? Gosh, my opponent must feel really awesome there. We'll see for the next one. Yeah, this looks fine, I guess. I don't know if we need to do the prototype right away, although it's nice value for our reliquary, but currently it might be more valuable as removal at some point in the game. So this potentially lets us play a turn 3 operative. That's nice, actually. Or I can use the greater Tanuki too. It depends. I probably do Tanuki, I guess. Ramp, since we're missing our land drop. I think that makes more sense. Get our second green that we probably need anyway. So I think we'll discard the prototype. Roaring Earth. Might be better served as a creature at some point now. I suppose we attack for 6. I mean, I guess I can use Roaring Earth. I mean, it's decent time to get the value of it, I guess. Depends. Trainees, good draw. So, keep getting in there. Hidetseku's a good one. Land draw does a lot here. That one, not so much. Let's see. I guess we can bounce Hidetseku. It sets him back pretty reasonably well, actually. Well, that makes things a little more tricky, unfortunately. Wait, why can that block? I'm confused. Oh, as long as it's tapped? That's really funny. All right, guys, add it to the list. Add it to the list. The list just cannot stop growing of Alex Stephenson mistakes. It has to just grow and grow and grow and turn into its own thing here. As long as it's tapped, it's a human citizen. As long as it's tapped. Well, leave it to your old pal Alex to throw games away to the best of his ability here. Just can't help myself. I have to throw games away. What is this card? Why am I even playing this? How did this stay in the deck? What am I doing, guys? I have no idea what I'm doing. How did Mobilizer Mech stay in this deck? And how did I not realize it? That's what I want to know. Don't really want to take 7. Seems pretty bad. So just some horrifically sloppy play from me today. Well-deserved loss. Didn't even deck build right. This is a good draft to post, though, I think, because it shows you that you can just completely fail on all fronts, and it just happens. You fail everywhere. You make bad decisions, you attack incorrectly, you don't read cards, you play... I don't remember the last time I played a card I didn't mean to play, so that's just, like, absolutely unforgivable. All right, pack one, pick one. Kappa Tech Wrecker. I love this card. Super strong, really good. And here, Easy Cora, obviously. All right, thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.